Meanwhile, back at the CW ranch, so many things are going on today. Yeah. One thing literally took my breath away. First thing this morning, let's talk about it because we are definitely... My darlings, it is March 21st of 2025, Friday. I am Lady Zelda. We are here seeing a bunch of crime. I think I may change my title or my slogan from seeing crime to seeing continuous, unending crime-filled whatever. I have been disgusted this morning and ashamed for people that are just... Anyway, let's get started. First of all, yesterday, the defense team for Karen Read filed an appeal to the appellate court, to the Fed court, I guess. You get the idea, to a higher court, asking to stay the trial until they get word back from the other appellate court. And, yesterday they asked, Auntie Bev said, no, we're going to go continue on. They filed that. Martin Weinberg filed that this morning. And I've not confirmed, but I've heard that request has been denied. So the disgusting request motion came out this morning, number 618. Motion for, get this, hold on to your hats, because clutching the pearls just isn't doing it any longer. The Commonwealth wants communication on the cell phones between Yannetti and Karen Read. Now, that is a flagrant violation. I'm not an attorney. I'm not law enforcement. I am not impressed, but I am not a medical doctor or any professional of that type. I am a tarot reader. I am a tarot profiler and a psychic medium, and this is for entertainment only. I'm just here. It's almost a parody, right? I mean, I hope you're entertained, but it's my opinion, and I have to give it to you because I know you have yours. Let's just be careful in the chat, please. So the CW now wants the communication between Karen Read and David Yannetti on their cell phones. Now, I thought there was such a thing as attorney-client privilege. Hank has cited some other things, some case. If Bev agrees to this, do you know that there is no attorney-client privilege that we can't depend on? That's my opinion. I don't know what they are smoking over there at the CW, but this is flagrant desperation of needing, wanting. Now, I did hear the other judge for Aiden Carney yesterday did allow this Commonwealth to have the communications between Karen and Aiden, or Turtle Boy. But Aiden posted this morning that a good part of those were on Signal. Signal is protected and encrypted. And, well, all you're going to see is blank, 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 blank. So I just think this is so egregious. I don't know when the CW is going to reel them in, but he's not going to. D.A. Morrissey is too busy playing around with Proctor because there have been some state vehicles sitting outside Proctor's home, as in protection, as in police vehicles. One, it was seen where I think, don't quote me, possibly Morrissey was side by side talking to possibly Proctor in his car. So, there's some side gigs there going on. This is much deeper. The other thing that I'm really impressed about was yesterday in court, David Yannetti mentioned that the feds subpoenaed the file now in his office for this Karen Reed case. And of course, Hanky said, well, we weren't aware of that. Excuse me. Hello, doofus. It might be perhaps you are being looked in on after or in your office as well, possibly, sort of, kind of, maybe, supposedly. So they're not going to do that. And imagine what David Yannetti has. Imagine what the feds have. I'm not convinced at all at this juncture because they don't even mind telling big fibs. Pinocchio is at his best telling his stories in court, and we are not amused. But here's the disgusting thing before I get into this reading today, and many blessings to you. I happen to be on X. I don't post because I watch everything from, the Cloak and Daggers and whatever. And Aiden Carney posted something that I thought was interesting because David Yannetti did mention yesterday in court they had a third-party culprit defense and they have evidence. Now, they don't lie in court. They have evidence that Brian Albert, Colin Albert, and Brian Higgins were participants in the house with this thing with John. I'm just going to say it that way. Someone, and I'm sure that it's one of these troll accounts, replied to this, and it's sickening. And I'm just going to give you a disclaimer here, because that post says, and I quote, "You should have seen the life leaving his eyes. It was a high like you have never known. At that moment, you are God." End quote. I responded. Rarely I do, but I did this time and said, at that moment, they may have been a god, but they were clearly directed by the devil. Now, for whatever that's worth, it's not going to, that, and then probably $1.25 won't get you a candy bar. But this is how deep it goes. Once again, I'm saying that Mercury retrograde brings out all this stuff, puts it on the surface so we can parse through it. We know who's for and who is against. The lines have been drawn in the sand, and the sabers, as of yesterday, have been drawn. It's all hands on deck now. This is an all-out battle. And there will not be any generous anything. And even Alessi joined in yesterday. So this is the CW concerned and worried about. But when people think that they're not being looked at, they have this way of just acting out. Okay, we're going to say it that way. It's disgusting. At best, it is disgusting. Now, I'm here to tell you that this is temporary. But if you don't like Mercury retrograde, like that part of it, that it brings all this to the surface so we know exactly where people stand, things are going to be really wild, because starting today, it is March 21st, it is 3, 2, 1, blast off, and it begins today. No hold bars. No holds barred. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mercury, for that. No holds barred. we're going to see some action. I mean, I want to say Action Jackson now. We're going to see this. So much is happening that it's even hard for me to put it all together. So forgive me if it seems like misinformation. Some have called me out on that. I'm not here to report that. I'm here to give you this information. I want you to do your research. And if there is something that I'm wrong, I apologize. I'm giving you what I see and what I perceive as to be truth. So, believe me, I've got all the cards out today. And there's more coming. Probably as I'm making this video and probably as I post it, there's more coming. We're going to see more from the CW. We're going to see more. And Tuesday, the 25th, we're back in court at 11 a.m. And I'm telling you, I don't even know if I could have the popcorn. Yesterday, I think I would have choked on it. There were so many memes and moments. Let's get started. Okay. Moving this, tell me what you see in the cloth of it. Oh. Let me put out this little stinker. Let me, I'm going to get something to point here. Give me a second, my darlings. Trusty pen, trusty stylus. There is a little stinker hiding in the cloth here. Now, you can see, I'm going to point it out because the light is coming in from this direction, okay? So I'm going to try not to cause a shadow. There is a face here. There's two eyes, a nose, and a mouth. There are two ear-looking objects coming out of its head. In fact, this kind of looks like sunglasses, maybe a little bit. He's nefarious. We're going to get rid of him. Here is an arm. You see this muscly arm? Oh, no, wait. Oh, no, wait. Oh, no. My apologies. Who is this? Here's muscle, arm. You see the arm comes down. Here's the elbow and then goes across the body. Here is the left arm. And that's Shaggy. I don't know what this is, but it looks like energy being shot out of this area right here. I don't know. It feels nefarious. And no, I do not feel it's John's energy. He doesn't show up like this. Okay. Tell me what you think, everyone. Tell me what you think. We're going to get rid of him. We're going to get rid of him. No. Here we are. In the name of Jesus. Getting rid of this bad energy going forward. You are no longer allowed to be here. All right, my darlings, here we are. That's intense, isn't it? You'd be surprised during readings what you'll see and what you'll hear. Yes. You know, we had this yesterday, that there's some evidence that is overlooked. And you know, sometimes things just hide in plain sight. Do you notice that? Do you know how that works? I think we'll ask that question Saturday night when we're live. It's all about timing. So we'll be, okay, all right, let's lay these out. Stolen, okay. Things are heating up. Hello. Now here's a question. I want to ask this. If it's all about timing, there's two ways to go in this. We're going to try to figure this out. The timing would be, will this evidence be revealed when the time comes? Or is it evidence that was stolen? And I think that's really what it is. Evidence that was stolen. And it has everything to do with the timing of the evidence. And I'm going to go one further and say within the evidence and the overlooked evidence. So there's some things going on and happening there. Angels, guides, and spirits, we know you're here. Betrayal. Is there? Okay. Deceit, backstab, traitor. Situation is about to explode, and the Shyte is about to pop off in flames. The reason I'm sorry. On this channel, I don't do the bad words because you just don't know. And I don't want anybody, to me, whatever, right? Do and say what you will. But there are two figures in here. The situation is about to explode. Remember what I just said? 3, 2, 1, blast off. The Shyte is about to pop off in flames. This betrayal, I think someone, and I think it's going to be, could it be? I'm going to frame it in a question. Could it be Higgy baby? Could it be Higgy, since he now has been named as a third-party culprit? Colin, whatever, right? Albert, whatever. We already know, but Higgy baby, has somewhat of conscience. I think maybe just a little bit. And I think that he's extremely bothered, especially because I feel I've been told by Spirit that they laughed at John when he was down. Laughed at him. If somebody can post that type of thing when you see the life leaving his eyes, tell me they have it in him to laugh. They'll laugh about him. There's something here that's about to go down, because I'm going to tell you, give it the weekend. Give it the weekend, because I'll tell you that there's fear. And I'm also going to tell you what, after yesterday, do it with Jackson. Oh my gosh. I can tell you, these men, the CW and especially these people don't want to hear it. But you see, I'm going to tell you something about the CW. In my opinion, the reason they're asking for all of this cell phone information and conversations, it's not that they're looking for an admission of guilt from Karen. They're looking to see what evidence, they're looking to see what they know. They're looking to see what evidence they have about these 3 that were named: Brian Albert, Colin Albert, and Brian Higgy baby. They're wanting to know, because see, for them, it is all about protect them and the witnesses. And I can tell you this, if those 3 get drug into it, there will be one more, and we know who she is. Don't put anything in the chat now. Be cautious. Be careful about those words, because the algorithm is at its high today, these days. One more card from this. Yeah, they made some bad choices. And I think that we're going to hear something in that regard. This has got me so intrigued. So intrigued. The situation is about to explode. The Shyte is about to pop off in flames. Believe me, I believe that 1,000%. Okay, so this belongs over here. It's a betrayal, a backstab. So it is a person who is pretending. But honestly, I don't think that these people have much to do with Higgy. And it's just like with Proctor and Yassi. It's just like with Proctor. They've thrown him, but yeah, okay, there's Action Jackson. But here's a question, my darlings. I'm going to ask it in a minute. Yeah, there's John. So John shows up. I mean, look at that. From this moment on, for the rest of my life, when this case is long over and Karen is settled and financially made whole, every time I read this card, I will think of John. Okay, so, they have already thrown Proctor to the wolves. He's finished. But now the CW is patting him on the head because he took one for the team, in my opinion. And they're wanting help of any kind. And perhaps they'll help him. We don't know. At this point, don't trust anything, because this is not our justice system. This, in my opinion, is totally the opposite. We see the LV cops. Those are real cops. I know real good cops. They're here to protect us. But, I mean, quite frankly, I think they could have gotten a lot better if they got Saul Goodman, right? Better Call Saul. Lolly. Oh, and I do have to report some news. I did see Lolly participate in the trial yesterday. He handed a piece of paper from McLaughlin, whatever, to Hanky. So he did his part. He was sitting in the middle, like Humpty Dumpty, in my opinion. And he took a piece of paper, and he took it from her, and he handed it from him. And then during the trial, Hanky asks a question to him. Do we do that in this office? I'm like, whatever. And I know that Lolly sits there going, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. I think he even knows better in some of this. But this aggressiveness coming out of Hanky and pulling the stunt that he did by filing this court for Aiden under Karen's court, under her case number, and then expecting them not to be there, that is underhanded, in my opinion. But so Proctor is a throwaway as far as the bad actors are concerned. But Higgy, I do not believe that Brian will take one for the team. He'll toss Higgy to the wolves. And we're gonna see something come about. Yep, it's going to be very fortunate for us. We're definitely going to see. And I know y'all are adding up these cards. Yeah. We've had a new beginning since the 18th. Come down. There's unexpected. Okay, so we have more. All right, this right here. Unexpected income of Shyte. There's a little German song we used to hear when we were little, and it was Scheißele, mein süße Scheißele. It was my little Shyte Shyte, my sweet little Shyte. Okay, so that's the way it goes. All right. I know all of you say, don't worry, I like it long, but, I don't want to make it too long, Okay, so that's John. That's his significator card of the Temperance, needing balance. So he is showing up, my darlings. And yesterday I heard some sirens, and I'm right with you. No, I don't want him there. I'm right with you. And yes, this is also saying John made bad choices. He did. And he will tell you. He will. Oh. Let me. That's not significant. That is an energy pull, because it felt like it just pulled right out of my hands. All right. And there's a card that flipped over. Look at this. Champion. That's the champion card right beside John. Listen, the truth will prevail. And this will all come out. But we're now, the Four of Cups, we're now holding on very tightly, because unless something happens, it looks as though this retrial will begin with jury selection on the 1st. However, I think this is going to take a minute. I don't feel the trial is going to start until toward the end, if that, of April, maybe even into May. But May is like a drop-off for me. It's like I can't see anything past May. And Karen isn't convicted, because I will be quite frank with you. I'm meditating. I would love to meet that woman someday. Not now. She's got too much on her plate. It doesn't make any difference. Meeting me it's not going to mean one thing or another. I would like to meet her. And I see myself meeting her, and she's not in a prison uniform. She's not behind bars. Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so the defense will stay consistent. And wow, yes, wow. This was yesterday. When I said sabers are drawn, absolutely. But now it is all about the defense team protecting what they have and protecting what they have and protecting their energy. They are looking now for evidence that the defense has for the three-party culprits. They are not, because Bev didn't rule on that yet. She said she wanted information on that. So she's getting it. She's wanted information from the defense on a lot of things. Okay, she's getting it. So they are holding on tightly, and that is Bev. The Four of Swords. This definitely, my darlings, is a time of, we have to find that inner peace. We have to find, because that will give us the direction to go. That will help more things come to the surface that they can deal with. This will give us that Zen part of this, if that makes sense, because there's got to be that in order to think correctly. Here we go. Little longer, my darlings. Hang in there. If you're just joining us, please consider subscribing. You will love this community. We do have a lot of fun. It does get serious sometimes, and everything in between. Please like, subscribe this video, because this is something I think that we all need. The Star card. Now, the star card is equal to an Aquarius. And remember when I said about the third party culprit and there needs to be one more added? Well, that is her sign. And also, let me see if you can focus on this. The Six of Hearts. Six of Hearts is a card that can lead hurts from the past, can pull them forward to the point where they get to where you look at it and you become concerned, suspicious, worried. The Anchor and the Nine of Spades. This is where this is where it's going to have to start with the defense team. They're going to have to anchor in now, and I think I'm confident that they have. I certainly don't need to tell them what to do. They certainly know. But they're consistent. But the Nine of Spades is imperative in this because it tells us that normally we would need to curb imagination. In this particular situation with surrounding cards, they need to use that imagination. Because I still feel there's going to be a betrayal, the birds, communication. I know these little, number 12 and the number 7 of diamonds. Definitely air element, definitely spirit guide birds, and definitely communication. So there's going to be a lot more communication come out today. And look at this about the house. And it's right over here by John. Need we say more? Let me give you this number. Heck, what is it? I can't even see. Is that an ace? I think it is an ace of hearts. It is the ace of hearts. They should make things a little smaller so that way, right? Hello. That was a little facetious. All right. That is a timing card. That timing card is for the fall. That was last fall. And I believe there were a lot of things that came out this past fall that should have been revealed during the trial. Let's just pull out a couple more of these, my darlings. Let's see where this is going. Remember, 3, 2, 1, blast off. Okay, there's more motions coming. Most definitely. Because it's talking about, say what you want, but, jealousy, there's been countries, battles been fought over jealousy. Jealousy is one of those very dangerous emotions that will grab you and just, yeah, you know what I mean, grip you into the vices of doing stupid things. And I still feel that was Higgy because of the waterfall and because of the text and because she didn't give him the time of day and they were all out drinking that day. And I don't, in my thought process, I think they were drinking. I don't know about a funeral in New York, but I do know that they were together. And I think they had a little plan to confront Karen and John in the home. Can you imagine if Karen was in there? And this started, Karen would try to put a stop to it, and she would have been laying out in the lawn as well. Now, my darlings, I'm just going to say this. This is a new beginning, okay? It's a new beginning. I'm going to put that card over there just for that. It's a new beginning. but it's an abrupt. So with this card coming out like this, where are you? Where are you, my darling? Where is this? With this, the Shyte and the situation, when that happens, you know, I mean, immediately it is a here is this and here is this, and suddenly moment. It's coming, my darlings. Today is the blast off. And right there is the card that basically says unlucky events and evil is near, and this is the mountain, and that 8 of spades. It tells us that the defense has got a mountain to climb with the CW. Why? Why? Because they could play dirty and underhanded. But you know, they are revealing, they're pulling the cover off of all of many years, not just this Karen Reed case. It goes back way past Sandra, way past Enrique, way past, and Hanky. You should know better. But this also tells us that it may be a gamble. It is a gamble. But it will result in a win. Because not only will they learn to climb the mountain, because this says an enemy is near, of course. But and look at this 34, hello. But it says an enemy is near. They will navigate the mountain. That means if they can't go over it, they'll go around it, they'll go through it, they'll go under it, whatever way it legally takes. That is Karen. The ring is a commitment of love and happy life. And look at this. That is colon. And look at the shepherd. Chloe. Okay, my darlings. The jokers in the Gypsy Witch deck are the same as the jokers in the Cartomancy deck. There's an extra joker. There's a joker and an extra joker. This joker tells us that there definitely are some hidden things. Overlooked evidence. Hidden things that have been stolen. Things that need to be brought to light. And that is why the Shyte is about to hit the fan. And not only that, my darlings, we have this situation of this. I mean, hello. I mean, sorry about this. I'm all over the place, and I don't have my cards in frame so you can see. My apologies. Things definitely are heating up. How could they not? Look at the flames on this. We've got flames all over the place. Final word. Final word, my darlings. Here we go. Final word. 6 of Swords. Going from, this is Karen, going from very choppy and tumultuous waves into much calmer seas. Look. That accomplishment. Heading into the wind and going to places that are new. See the choppy waters here, going into calmer seas and into a new life. Hang in there, my darlings. Yes, it is stressful. Yes, but hello, don't you want to see this? This is what we've been waiting for. We've been waiting for the action jackson, right? It is Mercury. Thank you, my darlings, for indulging me in this longer video today. You never know, I might come out with another one depending upon what today's message will be. Much love to each and every one of you. And I may blur this one card out here, but I do know that you understand it is an abrupt end. We will be contacting more energy for tomorrow night. Thank you so much, my darlings. We appreciate it. I appreciate it. So glad you're here with me. Please do me a favor, like the video, subscribe, and I definitely will be back very, very soon. Very, very soon. Oh boy, it's a day. It's a day already. Thanks, my darling. Much love to you, okay? Y'all be well, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.